Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's round one for the Australian Grand Prix for Co-Racing League. It's season 11, and it's been a long, long time since we've been racing here as well. It was the Bahrain Grand Prix last time we were racing, and that was a long, long time ago. It was 9 months ago, and I think it was Pease who took the victory in the last race there. But here in Australia, we are joined today by Indigo and Freefall. How you doing, mate?
How you doing, Jamie? It's been a while, hasn't it, mate? Not just since we've been racing, since me and you have sat together in a commentary booth, but we're finally back. We've got a great grid and a great race ahead of us tonight, and I'm looking forward to it, pal. Good to be back, mate.
Yeah, it's been very good to be back indeed. It's been a lot of time since the Bahrain Grand Prix 9 months ago because of the F1 game not reaching to everybody's standards, and also ACC has been involved as well. But I think we're fully back now for season 11 for Division 1 and Division 2. There is only 2 divisions now for CRL. The peak was season 9 where we had 5 divisions, but quality over quantity, and I hope we get some quality racing here tonight as well, because we've got some drivers moving up from Tier 2 last season up to Tier 1, including Knowsley. We've got Delano as well, we've got Glowstick, we've got Cole Paradox, we've got Strauss, we've got Pharrell, and we've also got as well Legende in the Mercedes. So we're going to go on board with the Alpine because the first one on the lap is the RB, sorry. No, it's actually the Alpine. So we go down towards turn 1 and in 4th gear, back on the throttle then as we go towards the DRS zone. DRS wide open for turn number 3 as we head down towards the heavy braking zone, braking at the 100 meter board. Down to the gears we go in second, misses the apex there, get back on the throttle, bring it over to the right hand side to get a good entry through here, but you can see a bit of understeer as he tried to turn the car flat out through turn 6. No problems there at all as we head down towards the fast right hander, the modified corner now, as we can carry such great speed through the corner, carry too much speed through there. In fact, he took the apex, he took a lot of curb. You don't want to do that because you'll lose back in the car and you won't get the right flow of rhythm going to the corner. Now DRS enabled for this third DRS zone. We've seen some plenty of overtakes here, especially last season or season before here in Australia, but it was Sweet Crowd versus Nathan, and here we are then through turn 9 and turn 10. Fast left-hander, right-hander, fully committed through there as we head down towards the heavy breakers on turn 11. Another modified corner to promote overtaking through there, but takes it very nicely. Does Maiko as we make our way towards the fast right-hander we go, as now we make our way towards the tricky turn 13. We see plenty of people in the past lock their ears on because you arrive there at such great speed, and also you carry you got to carry a lot of temperature in the tyres as well. Be very careful with the rear end stepping out. Across the line now with a 17.7, and that is the time to beat.
A decently solid banker from the newcomer, Miko. From what I've seen to him in the pace test, one to watch out this season. Pyro just finishing his lap though, and that is a gap already. Pyro showing a little bit of pace to start off the season. Glowstick, another one, jumped up from Tier 3 last season, Jamie. Was really middle of the pack a lot in Tier 3 when there was 5 tiers, 4 tiers. And he's up here in Tier 1 competing with the big boys. Brilliant to see. Strauss, again, another driver like that, currently with a 17.3. This grid, you say, we've got 2 grids, Jamie. They are quality. You look at some of the names in Tier 2, there's some of the pace in Tier 2, and then you look at this 20 here. 2 reserves in tonight, of course, but it's unreal for 2 tiers, mate. It's a great season up ahead of us, I think.
I hope so indeed. We've got Nelly Safu also into P2, a Tier 2, Tier 3 driver in the past. AJ goes up into P4, got bumped down to Division 2. A Sweet Crown is up into P3 at 16.0, and Sweet Crown is a 3-time champion in CRL. The man has got 31 wins and 53 podiums, the most records out of anybody this season, and he's continued to look to continue that streak going on forwards there is Sweet Crown. Had a lot of battles with the likes of Jeroen Visser, Relentless Wouter, Isa Kush, and Tony, all them names he's had, and Total Peace as well. Let's not forget Total Peace has some elite pace as well in Cone. But here he is then, Total Peace down in 14th place with the DRS Open Purple set to 1. Pease was the one that won the Bahrain Grand Prix last time out when we raced in season 10, the final race of the season, and he beat Nathan, he beat Sweet Crown. Sweet Crown pitted on the medium compound tyres. He didn't go for the softs towards the end, whereas Pease and Nathan did, and Pease managed to beat Nathan JB and keep ahead of him even on the final lap, and Nathan had the DRS on the back of him in all 3 DRS zones. But Pease, let's see what he could do as we head down towards to 11. Another heavy braking zone down into third gear, and this can be very difficult indeed because you step on the throttle way too early, you lose the back end of the car, and this one can be tricky. It's caught plenty of people out in the past as well. It's so easy to lock your ears through there. Done it myself before in the past as well. It's a frustrating call, that one, as we open the DRS there for Total Pease as he makes his way towards the line. It's going to be a 16.0, and he puts himself into P4 right behind Sweet Crown, his main rival in the past few seasons. But good time so far from Pyro with a 15.9. Of course, he was the one challenging O'Reilly in season 9. He's only got 1 podium, and he's got one win and 11 podiums, but he'll be hoping to boost his tally with Pyro.
Yeah, he's certainly on the first runs putting himself in a decent position further, and you look at those, top 4, sorry, all within 800 of each other. Really does show you just how close this grid can be. I've been riding on board then with the one and only Kevin Dewell, a 2-time champion, up there with the likes of Wouter and Ferg in the Legends status. It has been a pretty solid lap so far. He was 2 tenths or there and thereabouts down on Pyro through the first sector, just missed the split in the second sector, but rounding this final corner, what can the only man with a named corner in the history of CRL do? It's a provisional 16.4. Not even 5 tenths off the top, let's bear in mind. In P7 on the first run, and plenty still in his little French tank. In once again, Jamie, a reoccurring theme, the Junior Red Bull team. How much does Kevin love them teams? And he's backing it again this season, mate. But first round's of quali done for the most part. This is looking tasty. I'm loving it already, pal.
Yeah, me too. We've got Nathan JB, who is on a lap time as well in the Kick Sauber. He won the Brazilian Grand Prix, I think, at the season 9 in the last race, and almost won in season 10, but Pease just beats him. Here comes Nathan now, swooping through turn 9 and turn 10. And it was AMS Renz he was fighting as well, because AMS Renz came in very late towards the season. That's when we had Russell as well. And we know what happened in season 9 at the end of that season, where Russell straight line Jeroen, and Nathan locks up heavily going down into turn 11 there as he goes a bit deeper, gets back on the floor once again. What can Nathan JB do? Of course, he's been around in CRL for a long time since the beginning. He's also has been in ACC with a few wins as well. Here comes Nathan now towards the final corner, a bit hesitant going down into 13 there, compromised into the last corner as he makes his way towards the checkered flag or the finish line. It's going to be a 16.2. That's not bad, you know. It's P5. A few mistakes now and then, but there's still time to rectify that and boost himself up the order. So these times are incredibly close. What we love to see around here is CRL. Legende is currently in P10. A former Div 2 driver himself picked up 1 podium last season as well as Legende, but now promoted to the big league in Division 1, and we'll see what he could do. Has been a league racer since 2018 as Legende. Of course, I know that because I was in a big championship fight with him. It was me versus him in another league in 2019. Got a bit feisty, but at the end of the day, we still respect each other, and I came out on top of it. And Legende has never forgotten about that, because every time we race together, he always attends to put a challenge against me, harder than other people. Glowstick headed down towards turn 3 now on his second flying up on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. We know that in season 10.5 in the mini league, he won the Dutch Grand Prix. And what's a Dutch Grand Prix that was? Also in season 10, he won the Dutch Grand Prix too. He finished ahead of IRT Crack on that occasion. So he likes the Dutch GP, this Glowstick. I noticed he goes well around there. But here in Australia, we'll see how he does then. With the DRS wide open for Glowstick, we saw plenty of people swapping a traded DRS last season, especially Sweet Crown and Russell, as Glowstick is a 10.5 quicker in the sector. Look at that, carrying the speed through 7th gear these days. I think I remember the Toyota of Timo Glock crashing there back in 2008 when he bounced over the curves. Here he is down in towards 11 we go. And Glowstick there gets a very decent run on the corner, using all the curb on the left-hand side before we flick our way towards turn 13. A flat-out corner nowadays in these Formula 1 machines, as we see Jarno Trulli back in 2009, who went off there, and Lewis Hamilton overtook him, but got disqualified after the race due to that safety car infringement and the lying thing about the end of the Grand Prix. Glowstick goes up into P5 in the Aston Martin. Not bad, but still more time to be found.
Yeah, certainly a decent time from the young lad. One I've been watching, though, is Seeb. 4 tenths up in the first sector, about 600s up in the second sector. This could be a provisional pole time. Of course, still plenty of time in this session for the others to improve in their second runs, but Seeb maybe about to set the benchmark for those runs. Up to the line he goes, and it is a 15.64 free. 3 tenths clear of Pyro, who is, I believe, just finishing or starting a lap. He did not improve. He's not got much ERA, so I'm not too sure what that is. But Seeb setting the benchmark, a driver you know well enough as well, Jamie, And definitely, not another one we can discount. This really is. We say this every first race of the season, JB, but this race, looking at the grid, it could be any of them.
Indeed, it could. See, Royal Gamer, who took part at the British GP, and he was I think it was the last race of the season, and he only took part in 3 of them after he was brought in very late, and he won the 3rd race. Then Safu goes quickest with a 50.6 blistering time from the Mercedes driver. He was a former McLaren driver in season 1 a few seasons ago, and now he's put himself on pole with a 50.6. That's unbelievable. Sweet Crown comes across the line as he goes up into P3. He did lose time in the middle sector, did Sweet Crown, when I was watching him, that managed to find a time back in the last sector. So great lap time indeed there. Relentless P's in P5. Duval in the RB is currently going around turn 7 right now as we go down towards the end of the first sector. 600s up is Duval. Had many great battles with the likes of Harvey Lees and Total P's as well. And also Ferg. A great championship battle between him and Ferg. I remember 3 seasons in a row where Ferg and him went at it. Duval got the better of him twice. Then Ferg managed to win it in season 5. Here comes Duval now, 6900s up in the middle sector as he swoops through the corners. I can't believe the speed they carry there through nowadays. Might pick up a bit of a toe from the back of the Hassman and the Kick Sauber going down towards turn 11 we go, and we'll see what the third sector's like. But the Sauber needs to get out of the way. I'm not quite sure who that is. Could it be Nathan? I'm not quite sure. Pharrell? No, Pharrell's in the pit lane, so it's Nathan. Nathan got in the way of Duval there, not really paying attention and being aware of his surroundings. But Duval comes around the final corner now. Did that moment in turn 13 cost him a bit of time as he crossed the line now? It's going to be a 16.4. He puts himself into P6.
Controversy already, Jamie. Things we let's not kid anyone. Things we love to see. While that was going on, Delano putting in a very respectable time of a 16.184, putting himself up into P7, making an all Aston row 4. I'm keeping an eye, I must admit, and I'll clue you in with what I'm looking at, is Mr. AJ Wuhan, currently in P15 with a 16.8. I believe, Jamie, pardon me, I'm almost choking myself. The pole time on Monday was a 16.4 by Bosch Evans, so looking to see how Jacob slots into that tier 2 grid. And if things stand as it is, we've got a nice mesh between the 2 grids, and I think they've done a decent job. Strauss then rounding the final corner. Speaking of tier 2, this man used to roam tier 2 like it was his own back garden for many seasons. Back in tier 1, and it's P12, a 16.6. Only a second off the top. Let's be real, some of these guys at the top are blisteringly fast. A very respectable time from the Dutchman. 5 minutes left on the clock, Jamie. It really is anyone's pole, with the top 2 separated by not even 100th. And then look at that gap from 3 to 4. This is shaping up good, mate. And I think most of the cars are either on an in-lap or getting ready for their final run, mate. So I'll hand back to you as that thing we discussed beforehand is ready.
Is it? I don't remember what you said then. What did we discuss?
We were discussing, remember, you were needing a co-commentator very late, and I told you that I'd put some ribs in the oven.
Oh yeah. Go get your ribs. Anyways, 2 drivers out on the circuit. Elite Dave is going for his next final lap. Everybody else is in the pit lane waiting to put on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. Tony has came out very early, and I noticed this from Tony. He likes to go early like me in short qualify, because just in case he messes up his first run, he's always got the time to do a second run on the same set of soft compound tyres. For those people who can't really hook up a lap time on their first lap, they always have the second lap and try and better themselves. So he's doing that tactic as he's always done. Tony done 2 laps on those soft compound tyres with a 15.9. He's on the brand new setup right now, as you can see on the left hand side of your timing screens. Elite Dave is the only one on the circuit going for a flying lap as he swoops around turn 7 we go, and you can see him there use a bit of overtake as well. Let's see his first set to 2 tenths up. Oh, the Dutchie has spun the car. He's in the wall. That's a shame there for Dave. He put it in the wall and he's lost his wheel. That's where Pastor Maldonado crashed back in 2012. He just took too much curb, overrated the car, and hit the wall. George Russell crashed there too. Well, not there, but on the outside of it. Oh, it's a massive shame for Dave there. He'll be kicking himself with that one. 2 tenths up in the first sector alone, and he's thrown it in the wall. It's a shame for Dave, but he's got the race to go. There's 3 minutes left to go in the session. Pyro comes towards the final corner now with the DRS open. We'll see what the Ferrari driver could do as a few more people are appearing on the circuit to complete their last flying lap. Pyro then coming towards turn 1 we go. Down into 5th gear he goes, using the curve very nicely. Also use the track on the left-hand side as well, trying to get as much track limits as he can as he tries to go down towards turn 3. They're braking at the 100-meter board, hard on the brakes, clipping the curve. Look at that nice road, nice rhythm there for Tony. Bit hesitant going in towards there, had to turn it out a bit as we go towards the flat out right-hander now, as we continue carrying the speed towards the end of the first sector. We'll see if he's up. Yes, he is up by 700ths of a second, but can he find more time? This middle sector is only like a long straight with one corner, because I know Alex Albon had the purple middle sector last season in F1 when the Williams straight line speed was incredible indeed. And now Pyro comes towards the end of the middle sector. 2 tenths up is Pyro, but is this going to be enough to try and take pole? Can he keep it nice and tidy in the final sector? After speaking to him a few minutes ago, he did say that the final sector was his main weak point. So can he try correct it there? Goes a bit wide out of turn 11 as we swoop through turn 12 we go. Oh, taking the inside curve too much, the back in the car complaining, and I wonder how much time he will lose due to that. Here he is around the final corner with 1 minute 40 left to go. Pyro coming towards the finish line. Can Pyro take all away from Nelly Safu as he crosses the line now? It's P3, 2 tenths up is Pyro, and he puts himself on the second row of the grid. Nathan JB is the next one to go for a flying lap in the kick-start, coming towards the end of the first sector. Glowstick is going for a lap time to the former Tier 3, Tier 2 driver, promoted into the big league in Tier 1. IRTC is also the lap time. The gap between him and Nelly Safu is about 8 thousandths of a second then, so Conceive try and find that time to beat Nelly Safu. Nelly Safu did a fantastic job as well, it must be said. Nathan only up by 200ths of a second as he carries the speed through turn 9 and turn 10 before we dive down towards turn 11. There's a cloud in front of us on the racing line. Not quite sure who that was, but anyways, luckily Nathan did not come into contact with him. Wouldn't have lost any time, maybe gain a bit of a toe there as Nathan comes towards the final corner. Final two corners. Getting a taste of his own medicine there, Nathan, when he held up somebody. I think it was Pyro he held up, but I'm only joking. Here he is then with the DRS wide open, use all the overtake he has available to him. He crossed the line now. It's P4 for Nathan JB, a great lap time indeed on board with Sieb. Sieb World Gamer is currently a 10th down in the middle sector there, so lost a bit of time. But is there any way he could try and gain that time back? I know Nelly Safu, who struggled a lot in season 9 when he was in Division 1, he was running outside the top 10 majority of the time. But here he is, putting on a statement here in season 11 with a 15.6 on pole. But there's other people out there ready to take his crown. Here comes Sweet Crown. Here comes Sieb, comes across the line. Only P2, stays P2. No improvement. Nelly Safu, where is he? Out of turn 3. Delano, great qualifying from him. Goes up into P6, a former Tier 2 driver himself. Legenda's crossed the line. Up into P12 with a 16.6 there for the Danishman. And Nelly Safu is improving in the first sector. So let's see, can he improve as Dumo goes up into P8? We've got more people across the line. Kenny is up into 10th place. ILT Kenny took pole in Bahrain, but it's only P10 for him so far. Ferraro across the line, up into P12 he goes. We've got Strauss and Olsley who are yet to cross the line. Nelly Safu is improving by 200ths of a second there, and let's see, can he extend the bar as he makes his way down towards turn 11, a heavy braker zone. There is a Ferrari right in front of us, but hopefully he gets out of the way, or maybe he's on the fly lap himself. But here we are then, as Nelly Safu continues. There's a kick Sauber in the background, who went deep into turn 11. Strauss has retired, as Nelly Safu has a big lock-up. As we make our way through turn 13 and 14, there's a McLaren off the circuit. Kenny is up into P6. Great qualifying from him. Displaces Delano, but here is Nelly Safu. Can he raise the bar? No, he can't, but he stays on pole. I don't think anybody else is out there to challenge him so far. Delano is up into P7, and I think qualifying is done and dusted. Cole Paradox, unfortunately, the Tier 2 champion of Season 4 is on pole. It is down in P20, unfortunately. And the two Dutches of Dave and Cole Paradox, 19th and 20th. But it's Nelly Safu, who spent most of the time in Season 1 struggling quite a lot. But here he is then, doing a fantastic job. He's currently on pole for the first race of the season. Who would have thought it? The classifications are there, And it's Nelly Safu, the Romanian driver, on pole ahead of Sieb by 7,000ths of a second. Sieb and neither said Nelly Safu improved on their final laps. Sweet Crown in P3, great qualifying from him for the three-time champion. Pyro up into P4 ahead of the kick salver of Nathan JB. ILT Kenny is 6th ahead of Delano. P's 8th ahead of Duval. Glowstick in 10th. Knowlesley in P11 ahead of Dario OG. Farrell is 13th. Maiko in 14th. Legende 15th. Strauss, Ali, AJ, Elite Dave, and Cole Paradox.
Brilliant quality session, Jamie. A very tight grid as well. 1.1 seconds separating all 20 cars. I can't remember the last time I had something like that. And the Tier 2 guys, the top end tier guys, knitting in nicely with the bottom end of this Tier 1. So it really does show just how quick. We've only got 2 tiers. They're 2 lightning quick tiers, Jamie. 2 very competitive tiers, and this should shape up to a brilliant race. Those top 3, though, Nelu Safu just pipping it, mate. He looked mighty impressive from what I've seen in the pace test. I didn't think he was going to be this impressive, but he's only just in front of the next 2. Wouter sitting in P3. Monday night saw a win from P4. Could we see the repeat again? Well, time will tell for us, mate.
It will indeed. Very impressive pace there from Nelly Safu. And wasn't he in Tier 4 last season? I can't actually remember, but I know he struggled a lot when he was in Season 1. Not Season 1, Division 1 a few seasons ago. But he's doing a fantastic job so far. Can he convert it in the race, qualifying and race? But unfortunately, we readied up a bit too early. So somebody has readied up, and Cole Paradox is not happy about that one. And we'll see then what tyres people opted to go for. In the old game, it was hards to mediums, but in this game, it's completely different. The medium compound tyres do deteriorate quite a lot. When they get old, unfortunately, you lose a lot of grip. But when the hard compound tyre gets old, you can manage it because they don't wear as quickly as the medium compound tyres. The medium compound tyres will slide around a lot, even with the slightest wear. With the hard compound tyres, are so durable. You can take them for a long, long way, and they won't slide around or lose grip a lot. As Nathan Kenny, AJ, and Cole Paradox, they've all gone for the hard compound tyres, all 4 of them. The majority of them on the medium compound tyres. As expected, nobody on the soft compound tyres. So, yeah, that's... we'll see how the Harvarders do in this Grand Prix. I know that last season, or Season 9, last time we had the Australian Grand Prix, it was Sweet Crown who started the hard compound tyres, and it was also Nathan who started the hard compound tyres. But unfortunately, an early safety car came out lap 7. But Nathan and Sweet Crown, those two, managed to do majority of the race with the medium compound tyres, about over 24 laps, and they still finished in 1-2. So Hillary finished in P3, but he was not able to catch Sweet Crown or Nathan because he went from mediums to hards, and I thought he had the advantage with the better hard compound tyres, but somehow Sweet Crown and Nathan made it stick. So we'll see what happens. When I'm saying Nathan, I meant Russell, not Nathan JB.
Right, I'm glad you clarified because I was a bit confused there as well. I was wondering if it was Nathan or Russell. It will be a big key point of this race. Will of course be, do we get a safety car? We're not looking like we're getting rain tonight, Jamie. It's looking like a pure dry race, going by the lack of clouds in the sky. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. Safety cars could have a big impact on this race. And DRS, let's not kid ourselves here, Jamie. 3 DRS zones, 2 of them back to back. You've got to stay in that 1 second gap, and maybe, just maybe, if the hards can do that as well early stint, that'll keep them in a very good stead. But I think we're about lined up on the grid. I'll hand it back to yourself for the 5 red lights. It's good to happen again.
9 months ago was our last race in Season 10 in Bahrain, but the lights are out here in Australia, and get a slow start there. Cole Paradox flew off the start from 20th place. He slowed down, actually. Surprised he didn't pick up a drive to penalty. Nelly Safu up into first place. Sweet Carl takes second away, side by side with Sieb and Pyro. Pyro's slightly off the track there, as Sieb takes away P3. Now Nathan comes through. He's up into P4, the hard compound tyre, so a compromise start for Pyro down there in 5th place. Went side by side, but got a push offline. Kenny on the hard compound tyres, being swamped by the medium with us. Here comes the lad up the inside. He's trying to take advantage. Took too much curb. Got the throttle too early. Massive wheel spin. Was able to overtake. There's an RB in the wall. I think that's Knowlesley who went side by side with Glowstick. As Knowlesley recovers, stays in P11 there as he's trying to put the pressure on Glowstick ahead of us. AJ Wuhan is up into P17 after a dismal qualifying, but further up, Pyro is looking for a move on Nathan. He's on the hard compound tyres. Wants to dispatch him quickly. Here we are, side by side as we head down towards turn 9. Pyro takes 4 places away and reclaims the position he lost away from Nathan then. But looks like a clean start for everybody so far. But I noticed that, Haas has gone down the order. Who is that? That's RDR going down the order, unfortunately. He's gone for a spin. Where is he? That's a very weird place to spin.
It looks to be just on the chicane. I was watching on board with Miku because him, Derry and Farrell were having a great little battle there, and then the Haas just disappeared off screen and has appeared in the gravel. So I don't know if he's lost it on entry into that fast left-right chicane there, Jamie. It was a very clean battle. I didn't see any contact, so answers on a postcard for that one, mate. But a decent first lap for the other 19.
Yeah, Carlos Sainz went off in 2022 when he tried to overtake, I think, Kevin Magnussen at the time. Magnussen himself went off but managed to keep on the road as Nelly Safu maintains the lead, but he's got the three-time champion of Sweet Crown going for his 32nd win in Cone right behind him. The man you don't want behind you whatsoever, but we'll see how his pace fares out between him and Sweet Crown. Not really seen many battles. In fact, I've not seen any battles from Nelly Safu or Sweet Crown, but Derry has retired in the pit lane, has called it a day, unfortunately, so he's out of the Grand Prix. Our first retirement's left the session, and he's gone as well. But I do want to point out, I think Cole Paradox is the host. Am I correct?
Yes, he is the host. So I think that might have something to do with the start. We have seen this glitch a few times, haven't we, Jamie? Where the host gets a little bit of a
advantage.
Yeah.
Yes, this I do remember now because Knowlesley runs ALR. He is the host, and me and him in a party together. And I noticed that when me and him were started together, Knowlesley just jumped off the start, and we were still stationary. So. Yeah, Knowlesley suffers the same fate, unfortunately. He has to slow down. As Pyro is right behind Sieb. He's putting massive pressure going on towards 12 and 13 there. Sieb's now putting pressure on Sweet Crown. Nelly Safu is stretching away. I think Nelly Safu is on PC now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is. Nello has switched across to PC. Miko on PC. The rest of the cars in the grid on PS. And I believe... our other full-time driver who's missing, Ross, is also PS. We do have a space currently, driver unable to race, Jamie, yes, you'll be aware. So I think we've got a mostly PS grid here. Ali there, a newcomer to the grid, was up in P16 after overtaking Strauss, having a little bit of a moment there through turn 1 and 2. But the back of the field, much like the front, Jamie, staying pretty much one by one, just biding it out. I mean, nobody's been dropped from the DRS train yet. That is very key for all the drivers. It's almost like a big game of chicken at the moment.
It is indeed a Sweet Crown there trying to defend, and at the same time there's two spinners! Sieb and Pyro! Have they made contact in turn 9 and turn 10? I think the answer is yes. Pyro tapped the back of Sieb, forced him in a spin, and also Pyro's in a spin too. So two big players have been dropped out of this. Into P60 he goes. I don't think Sieb picked up damage because he didn't hit the wall, but Pyro has certainly picked up damage. Big mistake through there. A bit optimistic, and unfortunately the Argentinian has got front wing damage, and that's him going in the pit lane to change his front wing there. Massive consequence for this Grand Prix already on lap 3.
Yeah, it really takes him out of contention for the moment, unless there is, of course, a safety car, front wing change and an early pit stop. He's going to have to go on hards and just try and stretch this race out. Sieb getting away with it a little bit. Yes, he's dropped down positions, but no damage, keeping in the train. He really is, if there is a winner of that crash or incident, he is the winner of it. Slotting in now behind Kenny. And this is great progress, it must be said. Kenny and Nathan on the hards compared to the mediums. They're hanging in there well, P3 and P5, not getting dropped at all. Keeping very tight to the cars in front and just letting these scraps happen, picking them up one by one. Pyro, or Tony as we know him, going from bad to worse, coming out of the pits and getting a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. As Nelu Safu has been overtaken by Sweet Crown, Jamie, for pole position.
Yeah, Sweet Crown now is up into P1. ILT Kenny took pole at the Bahrain Grand Prix. He's only picked up one podium last season. I think that was at Singapore when ILT Phil got disqualified for overtaking the safety car. Nathan JB was the one to win. Sweet Crown finished in P3 with myself in P4 as a reserve driver filling in for the grid that season. Sweet Crown is now in the lead of the Grand Prix. He's been in these situations plenty of times. He knows how to judge this. He's been fighting with likes of Russell, Pease, Jeroen Visser, Isak Kush, all those drivers. But here comes Dennis Safu then into turn 1 he goes, and he retains the lead of the Grand Prix. Then Nathan is right behind CRL Nathan, who's had a few wins as well in his time with CRL, and he picked up a podium last time out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. The last race of the season is season 10, 9 months ago. But here he is in P2 in the hard compound tyres. We know he's going to have a long first strategy before he goes on to medium compound tyres. No, Legende is now ahead of Pharrell, who goes up into P11, but Legende loses traction out of turn 3 as he tries to get the power. He's outside the DRS range. Knowlesley is currently in P10, so it's a big DRS train from first 1st all the way down to 10th place. Knowlesley's doing a really good job as well. Glowstick had a moment out of turn 9 out of there, or turn 7, had a big moment, but managed to collect the car. And we've seen plenty of people make some mistakes there before, as Alex Albon is one of them, and also George Russell passed him on and others crashed there before as well. Miko is ahead of Farrell. He puts himself up into 12th place, and here comes Legenda. He puts himself into 11th. That's 2 overtakes there. Puts himself ahead of 2 cars. Legenda's off the circuit. That's where Timo Glock crashed in 2008 when he bounced over the curbs. Well, bounced over the gravel and crashed. But in the background, that's Strauss trying to go for a move, defending and attacking at the same time. Strauss defends from the Red Bull driver of Elite Dave, who crashed in qualifying, up into P16 now. Strauss stays in 15th place. There's the Ferrari of Ali Ali in 17. Cole Paradox has been detached over this straight, and Kenny is right behind Pease. Let's see what happens going down into turn 1. The 2 hard runners start to put the pressure on. The medium compound tyres are still, of course, in good shape, but in a few laps' time, they will start to wear. The medium compound tyres are not really a good tyre like any race circuit. Nathan's going to go around the outside into turn 3. Late the brakes he goes. Does he make a stick? No, he doesn't, but he has the inside line for the next corner. Trying to have a move on Sweet Crown. Sweet Crown just defends there, but Nathan's so low on the brakes, almost got him, but Sweet Crown just held on, had the outside line going on towards turn 5 and kept the place. Great attacking, but this is allowing Nelly Safu to pull away if these two continue scrapping away. Look who's in the background. That's Pease as well in the background. I remember Pease and Yuvu Visa making contact in season 9, and Wild was able to win the Grand Prix. This C4 game ahead of Kenny puts himself up into P5 ahead of the Finnish driver indeed, and Sieb looking very strong despite what happened to him in turn 9 and turn 10. He's back in his fight. I hope he's got no damage. He shouldn't do. And now Sieb's putting the pressure on Pease as we go down towards turn 11. There's a bit of contact there. Pease almost lost the car. Massive wheel spin. Kenny looking for a move, but he has to stay behind, and Pease up into P4.
Very, very close racing. Almost too close there, Jamie, between Sieb and Pease. But you're right, he is right back in this fight. Nelu just about scratching out that 1 second, and then Wouter and Nathan come crawling back right on up. Kenny then getting close to the rear of Sieb, not quite able to make a move. One that I've been watching over the last couple of laps is Glowstick. He's been all over the back of Duwell as Miko and Farrell change places. And you know what, AJ Wuhan having a little go on his teammate round the outside of turn 2. I wonder if there was a little bit of a mistake there from Miko, because he's had a compromised run, and Legendi now making a move. Is he going to try and go round the outside of the second Alpine? That's going to turn to the inside for turn 4. Double overtake into corners, but no, drops the back end. Miko slides back through. There's that much going on, Jamie. I'm struggling to keep up here at the back, let alone trying to jump in with what you're doing at the front of this race. Really spicing up. That gap though from P10 to P11, 5.3 seconds. 2 trains, so to speak, taking effect here. The top 10 very nose to tail, tried each other out. The bottom 10 just going for it and racing. It's Legendi once again swapping with Miko. I can't wait for the pit stop strategy to come into play here. It's going to be nuts as Sieb has had a moment, Jamie.
Yeah, he went down into the P's and unfortunately just spun. I don't think it's P's fault. I think just, yeah. Oh, in the background, that's a Red Bull off the circuit. That's the 2 Dutchies of Strauss. And it's a safety car. A safety car has been deployed. And I don't think this is going to pay the hands on Nathan either. Where is the safety car? There it is. The safety car's coming out in front of him. And is this going to benefit the guys at the back, I wonder? Because these guys can't pit now. Is anybody going to go for a pit stop? Go on the hard compound tyres? It's a good time to go on the hard compound tyres. It go towards the end. So whoever's on the hard compound tyres right now can take them towards the end. But that's a safety car that's glitching out the pit lane. I don't know if you saw that. The Red Bull dashing out the pit lane there.
I never quite picked up. I hope there's no issues. First season running crossplay, we were told we saw it looked pretty good. So we gave it a chance. I'm not quite sure what happened to Farrell there. On my timing order, he's in 19th, but he should effectively be net race leader because he's made a stop. I hope that sorts itself out. Great news, though, if you're in a Ferrari. Pyro and Ali right back into this race. Still got the 3-second time penalties. But I'm curious what's going on with Farrell here, Jamie. Have you seen anything like this? There we go, it's fixed, thankfully. Oh, do you know that, as an admin and a commentator and all this, Jamie, I was panicking there that there was going to be some game-breaking glitch, and we're going to have to restart or something, so glad to see that's fixed. Anyway, back to the racing action, mate. It's, we've seen something similar Monday, if I'm right, didn't we? The safety car catching the leaders before they got a chance to pit, and it really did spice the race up a little bit, and it's certainly going to spice this up. Farrell, Legendi and Miko effectively net race leaders. I wonder if any of those top 11 are going to choose to dive into the pits now.
They can't. I mean, they can if they want, but they'll fall all the way to the back of the field. This is what I mean when a safety car comes out at the wrong time for people because, yeah, it's reminiscent of yesterday. It's also reminiscent of Season 9 Australian Grand Prix. The safety car actually came out this time 2 seasons ago, and yes, they're pitting. These guys are going to pit. This is going to change the whole trajectory and the order of the Grand Prix. So P12 of Farrell will take the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh, there's contact. Nathan's hit the back of Sweet Crown. They all slammed on the brakes there, and Nathan has broken his end plate. So let's see then. Can he change it now? Is it too late to change it? Let's have a look. Oh, Nathan JB can't get his front wing changed. He put it on auto. He should put it on yes all times, unfortunately. He's stationary in the pit lane. What's going on there? Is he coming out? What's going on for Nathan JB? He's still in the pit lane. Is there a glitch?
All the cars are stationary in the pit lane, it seems.
Yeah. There's a double staff from RB. All these guys are stuck in the pit lane. What on earth is going on?
I've never seen this.
Williams coming out. I think what's going on now?
We've got some major desync at our end, mate. This must be a spectator glitch, because they've all just teleported into the first sector.
My goodness me.
It looks as if there's some minor glitches when safety car is out and you're spectating.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
What a game.
I've been,
What a game, eh?
I've been commentating on this game for like months and months now, and I've never seen anything like that before.
It's a strange one. Yeah, like you say, I've done plenty of leagues. The odd races here and there on the lead up to this season, trying to build up the numbers and etc. We've had the mini season and plenty of stuff run with crossplay, so I don't think we can put it on that. I'm not too sure. Safety car in this lap though. Seb and AJ did stay out there, Jamie. Farrell up into P3 ahead of Legende and Miko. Cole Paradox down in P20 at one point, up into P6 now. Certainly has spiced this race up, mate, and it is going to be Seb that's going to get us back underway green flag racing. Hopefully glitch free this time as well.
Bottom half of the field has been benefited because the safety car came out right when the leaders passed the pit lane and they pushed the ball up, and this is going to change everything now. This is spice things up. The leaders who were there in the first stint are down 11 to 12. However, Sweet Crown did jump Nelly Safu in the pit lane despite Nelly Safu being the one pitting first. But here we are. Steve will take away. The top two are the only ones who have pitted just yet in the Grand Prix. So going for the normal stint, and Steve can determine when to go right now as he pulls away right now. Steve takes the safety car restart. Farrell is on a brand new set of hard compound tyres. He wants to get past these two quickly. And here we are going down towards turn one. AJ looking for a move on Steve, but he defends on the inside line. Oh, he spun! Steve spun again! Oh no! He's lost his end plate. And that's it's a massive shame there for Steve. AJ now is taking the lead of the Grand Prix. Farrell, one more car to go before he gets in the lead of the Grand Prix in the hard compound tyres. In the background, I can see the two RBs scopping away, Duval and Nosy there. But here we are then, Farrell in second place, a position he never thought he'd be in, especially with the things this race was going. Is now up into P2. Elite Dave is ahead of Ali, as so is Sweet Crown. Sweet Crown's up into P8, now P7. He's about to go side by side with Dave. Dave not really putting up a fight, and Sweet Crown's up into P7. Where is Nelly Safu? Still in P11. Pyro's up into P5 ahead of Cole Paradox, but this is very crucial because the leader of Sweet Crown, the net race leader, has put 3 cars in between himself and Nelly Safu. That's very crucial indeed. He's already making up the moves. Miko side by side with Legende going down towards the Williams has gone off the track, and Miko side by side with Legende still in towards 13, but he's trying to go around the outside, but he can't quite do so. Pyro is on the back of him too, trying to go around the outside into 14 or turn 12, sorry, because the 2 corners have been removed. That slow chicane, and Nosy or Glow Stick is falling down the order. Strauss going down the order too. Oh. Yeah, not what I want to see there. But anyways, Pyro's up into P4 ahead of Miko. But Miko's coming back a bit into turn 1. But he has the inside line and covers him off. Sweet Crown is up into P6. Nelly Safu, he needs to get a move on because he's going to lose sight of Sweet Crown. Unless, of course, Sweet Crown gets stuck there for quite a long time. But let's say Sweet Crown managed to get past these guys. Nelly Safu will have a hard time getting back and in the DRS range of Sweet Crown.
Yeah, Sweet Crown really cutting through this field, trying to make as much of advantage as he can at this stage. Nathan, we saw, having wing damage, he's really suffering at the moment, and I think he's picked up a bit more. I'm not too sure if that has deteriorated. I did see a little bit of contact on the first sector of the restart lap between himself and Kenny, I believe, and then Strauss and Glowstick getting tangled up, and then I think you saw it as well by your action, Strauss mountain Nathan.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other word for it. Sweet Crown though having a little look at the Alpine of Miko as Farrell and AJ swap places. Sweet Crown losing out space as a spin for a Ferrari there, Jamie. They're all about 4 at a breast. A Ferrari in the wall. That looks like some sort of decent collection.
Nah. Sweet Crown has got airplane damage. He was caught up with that Ferrari. Ali, and Sweet Crown have made contact. Sweet Crown has got airplane damage on both sides then, so he's the one that got caught up in that melee. And right behind him is Nelly Safu. Nelly Safu retakes PO away. Miko has been overtaken by Pyro then, so big damage there for Sweet Crown, unfortunately, this Grand Prix. Tangled up with drivers on all the tyres. Here comes Delano now, taking advantage of Sweet Crown. Sweet Crown's got to do a whole lap with a broken wing. AJ and Pharrell going wheel to wheel, but Pharrell has better tyres, stays around the outside. Pharrell could be the one to win this Grand Prix, got much better tyres than the rest of the field, and we'll see. Can he manage to hold off the threats from the guys behind? I think his rivals tonight are the likes of Pease and Nelly Safu, probably Elite Dave as well. And Kenny is now ahead of Duel as he goes up into P11 or P10 now, taking advantage of Sweet Crown. Sweet Crown being an obstacle in the way. Legende is on the back of AJ. Here we go. They're side by side. Mercedes should have better tyres. And look at that. Might be a double move. He backs out. AJ stays ahead in P2. Legende did not go for that move there. That's why he's still in P3. And now here he is with the second dose of DRS going down into turn 11. We go. Here comes the Ferrari and Pyro going down. He is on both of them. Can he make a stick? There will be contact. All 3 of them in the gravel and in the wall they go. Oh my goodness me! And it's a safety car as well.
I think that might be one for the stewards. Pyro having another little spin there. A little bit of an audacious move from the Argentinian. I just got the tail end of it as the excitement levels rise there, Jamie. But I suppose this is a chance to reset. Pease is in to the pits, Glowstick into the pits, Sweet Crown as we expected into the pits, Legendi, AJ and Nathan all in. So a chance for those that did pick up damage in that sort of scrappy restart to come back in. Fresh tyres and that could spice things up once again. Crucial point though, Jamie. Sweet Crown and all of that picking up a 3-second time penalty. He was doing a lot of squabbling with the likes of the 2 RBs. And I believe it was also Kenny, so maybe getting pushed off, maybe just hard racing, but picking up a 3-second time penalty, which we've seen before plenty of times, mate. Those can be crucial. 13 laps in, second safety car of the night, and Farrell still leads, but some plenty fast drivers and some plenty fast, fresh mediums. Pease could be one to watch in the second half of the Grand Prix.
Indeed then, so P's now up into P10, he pitted, the top 9 did not, they stayed on the hard compound tyres, so they're taking those tyres towards the end, and P's now with a fresher rubber, we'll see, can he manage those medium compound tyres towards the end? We know that medium compound tyres are already a good tyre, but he should be the one to watch, and Sweet Crown is one down in P12, he's got a 3-second time penalty, Legende's pitted as well, and I say that turn 11 incident, I've got to give it to Tony unfortunately, because Tony tried to go for a move, but it was never going to work in a sharp corner like that. 3 abreast, and Legende had nowhere to go, Miko had nowhere to go, and all 3 of them collected each other, and they put themselves in the wall there. So that goes down to Tony. It ruined Legende's race, but he put it onto a brand new set of medium compound tyres. Legende was trying to go for the lead off of Pharrell. He was on the hard compound tyres, same age of tyres as Pharrell as well, but his race has been ruined due to that. So is Miko's as well, and AJ Wuhan down into P15 on the brand new set of mediums. Knowsley, Kenny's got a 10-second time penalty. What's happened to him? Did he speed in the pit lane? Glowstick's got a 10-second time penalty. What are those 2 doing?
I wonder, is it with them coming into the pit lane, have they overtaken cars? And it's because it was for ignoring yellow flags. So to me, that is for like, overtaking cars under safety car or in the actual racing, I suppose. The proper F1, as we would call it, for speeding under yellow flag conditions. So I wonder if they've just been kind of stuffed by the game a little bit as they came into the pits. I don't think it's going to matter too much in the long run because they are about 11 seconds off a seat. It just means they've got a bit of catching up to do. But a strange one, Jamie. Not the first strange thing we've seen tonight, let's be honest. But I think I'm right in saying the safety car should be ready to come in at the end of this lap. That should give us, what, 14, 15 laps of racing here towards the end. Hopefully some nice green flag clean racing. Farrell from Miko, Elite Dave and Nelu Sathu. Nelu, of the early bunch that we thought were in the race, the only one right up there at the moment. Aye, what a season opener, pal.
Yeah, Smalley says Nathan P15 is washed. Safety car is in this lap, but Smalley, in all honesty, mate, I don't think Nathan has Nathan hasn't really done anything wrong, to be honest with you. It's just the way this race has gone by, and yeah, you need to watch the whole race to understand why these people are in these positions. And everybody, look at that. If you look at the position change, Farrell started 13th, up into first. Miko started 14th, up into second. Elite Dave, who crashed in qualifying, 18th to third. And look at the guys who started towards the top end of the field. Pyro's lost 12, Steve's lost 15, Glowstick's lost 8, Kenny's lost 13, Nathan's lost 10, Sweet Crown's lost 7 there, but he's still in the fight despite a 3-second penalty. Do you know what's funny as well? When Glowstick and Kenny picked up a penalty, they got rid of it immediately in the pit lane. So, yeah, their penalty's been removed instantly. Safety car's coming in. Farrell gets going once again. He's on the hard compound tyres. The main people to watch are Peas and Sweet Crown. We'll see. And Pease is already overtaken his teammate Strauss. I wonder, was that a team order, or did Strauss just go back around the outside? So Strauss reclaims P8 there, not giving the place away to his teammate, and no Papaya rules there. Here comes Pease now, here comes Sweet Carl going wheel to wheel, and Strauss has been dropped into 10th place there, with Legende almost hits the back of the Dutchman then. So Sweet Crown and Pease are looking then for a potential race win and podium to run the medium compound tyres, of course, but maybe towards the end of the Grand Prix they might struggle with the medium compound tyres wearing out. So we'll see. Knowsley has picked himself up a 3-second time. So keep an eye on Ellie Safiru as well. Got great pace. He's still in this fight. Now he's side by side with Dave. He puts himself up into P3, looking to take away the lead of the Grand Prix. He was compromised a bit on that first safety car because Sweet Crown was like 4 or 5 places in front of him until Sweet Crown got caught up with the melee with Ali, and it dropped him down into P9. But still now on a brand new set of medium compound tyres with a new nose, can continue to scrap away with these guys. And Pease bounced over the curb at turn 11. Next target for him is the 2-time champion of Duval, then the former Tier 2 driver of Knowsley right in front of him. A very quick driver, Knowsley. He has been improving recently. I know that because of the race against him. We're in a part with each other all the time on Sunday. The fun and bad times, of course, on Sunday. But here comes Miko for the lead of the Grand Prix. Puts himself into first place, but Farrell's defending, stays around the outside. Here comes Nelly Safu, taking advantage of Miko, getting put offline, going wheel to wheel with him as we head down towards turn 3. Miko just inching ahead of Nelly Safu. Down the inside goes Elite Dave. Delano, sorry, but here comes Knowsley around the outside of Delano. These two race together on Sunday, and Delano beats the gold admin and puts himself into P5. In the foreground, that's Elite Dave going a bit wide at turn 7. That's where Robert Kubica, Sebastian Vettel crashed back in 2009 when they made contact. And Nelly Safu is right at the back on Miko then with the DRS open. Not yet. Yeah, DRS is open right now. It only takes about one more lap to open the DRS, and he's going to go wheel to wheel. Is he going down towards 9 and 10? Elite Dave is defending from Delano, and Farrell getting a bit out of shape out of turn 10. Here comes Miko now with the DRS open. Will he go down the inside into turn 11? Here comes the Safu looking to take advantage if he can, but he can't quite do so. Pease is still stuck behind Duval. He needs to use these medium compound tyres to his advantage before they start to wear out. Duval now is ahead of Knowsley. Knowsley with a bit dangerous contact, and Knowsley's in the wall. I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but Knowsley, and it's a virtual safety car, unfortunately, again.
Intervention of the safety car tonight then, Jamie, this time virtual. While that was all going at the front, the back half of the field has been insane. Strauss dropping right down through the pack, getting picked off by the likes of Kenny, Ali, Nathan, Seed and Pyro. Pyro had an early move on Nathan, getting himself now up into P12 after getting Seed and a few of those other names. Ali picking up another 3-second penalty and all of that. And while it was all going on, while they were all scrapping, they had dropped a bit of a gap to the guys in front. It seems they've closed that up as a pack together, and we're now back to one uniform train. They'll all be hoping for that. Although saying that, we're back to racing, and it is on the cusp. Cole Pardot's getting a bit of a poor start, but I think Farrell's had a slightly poorer start here, Jamie. Miko going down the inside into the DRS zone. Farrell is going to have DRS as Strauss picks up a penalty and may try to mount a little bit of contact there, as here comes Nelu Safu around the outside into the fast left right chicane, and Farrell is maybe just going to squeeze by Nelu Safu into the lead, and he's almost pulled out that second gap already, Jamie.
Wow, unbelievable. Pharrell stays in P2 under massive pressure from Miko, but now Nelly Safu is 1 second ahead. He can finally break this DRS train. Here comes the McLaren. P's down the inside. Sweetcrown has taken P's on, and he puts himself into P6 then. So P's trying to go down the inside of Delano, but Sweetcrown went around the outside, and he puts himself into P6 there. Great move there from Sweetcrown, but P's has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. Sweetcrown and P's are on a level playing field in terms of penalties, but Nelly Safu, can he use this? And Miko, unfortunately, picks himself up a 3-second time penalty Grand Prix, still pressurising Pharrell as Pharrell's hanging on for dear life. Here comes Miko now the inside. Here comes the Aston Martin of Pharrell. Oh, sorry, that's Delano trying to go around the outside. The two green cars got confused there as Sweetcrown is pushing Delano through the corners there, using the medium compound tyres to his advantage. They're all bunched up. I can see a crash happening with all these guys being so close together on different tyres going through turn 7 and turn 8 there. But here we are then with the DRS wide open for all these guys as AJ Wuhan has been overtaken by Kenny and Cole Paradox. Here comes Delano getting on the grass there with the DRS wide open. Here comes Pharrell now, about to go side by side. Here comes the Elite Dave trying to go around the outside as Pharrell has the inside line. There's contact and Pharrell's off the circuit there. Gets a 3-second penalty. Falling down the orders Miko. Miko's in the gravel at turn 11. And here we are with the multi-car battle going down towards turn 11 we go. Elite Dave versus Pharrell. Side by side. Contact there. Sweetcrown also makes contact. Back go through Pease. And now he's side by side with him going through turn 13. Pease is back ahead of Sweetcrown. This is unbelievable stuff indeed. There's a lot going on in this midfield, but Sweetcrown has sustained foot mid damage again, unfortunately. That's the second time in this race, and it's all getting very messy indeed. The first race of the season, we're already getting lit like that.
Elbows out from day one here, Jamie. Delano going past Elite Dave then into turn 1 and 2. Pharrell, though, is hanging about. He's also looking about getting a huge amount of overspeed, it looks there, as Pharrell and Elite Dave side by side through 3. A little bit of contact there, getting janked up together. Elite Dave onto the curb on the inside of 4, and P's going to slot on through into P4. Elite Dave picking up a 3-second time penalty while he's at it. There's a bit of wing in the background there, Jamie. I don't know who that's of. It could be Legendi and Duwell. They were scrapping side by side. I don't know how we're keeping up with this race. This is actually crazy for a round 1. Duwell 800s off the back of Legendi as Pease and Faro are back scrapping again. It's just everywhere you look there is battles upon battles. Legendi and Sweetcrown picking up another 3-second time penalty. Duwell and Pyro. Look at this battle from P8 down to about P12, Jamie.
Oh my goodness me, it's not going to end well. The Williams goes back around the outside. That's Cole Paradox around the outside of his teammate. Takes the place away. Sweetcrown, I think, needs to pit to get out of the way for all these drivers to Ferrari. I think that's Tony going to go around the outside as well. As Ali picks himself up a 3-second penalty. Tony spun the car, clipped the apex too much there, and lost rear end stability. Sweetcrown is staying out there. He doesn't want to pit. There's 9 laps left to go. Elite Dave is ahead or behind Sieb now. Here comes Duo now. 2-time champion versus 3-time champion, but of course on different scenarios going down in towards turn 1. There's AJ now ahead of Kenny. Those two make contact. Kenny is in a spin at turn 1 where Valtteri Bottas crashed in 2018. Sieb is around the outside of Pharrell going towards turn 3. And Pharrell trying to hold on, but he can't do so. Sieb is back into P4. Sieb has had 2 spins in this Grand Prix under the second safety car where he spun at turn 1, and now he's back into P4. A potential podium for him. And Delano, out of all people, is up into P3. But he's on the older hard compound tyres with Sieb right behind him then. This has been a very chaotic, messy race, and somehow all 19 drivers are still in this Grand Prix, and there's going to be a lot of arguments after this one. A lot of people getting so frustrated in the chat, but the only driver who has kept his cool, and the only driver who's been avoiding the chaos, is the man on pole and still in P1, Nelly Safu. This is a great drive for him. He will not be pressured, I don't think, until the end of the Grand Prix, unless the late safety car comes out. So Nelly Safu starts on pole, and he's looking like he's going to win the Grand Prix. Side by side with Nathan and Miko. And yeah, Sweetcrown and Miko, sorry. Sweetcrown just stays ahead, but we know he's lacking end plate, he's lacking downforce. And Miko going to go around the outside of turn 13, but Sweetcrown defends that and keeps him at bay for the time being. Sieb is right behind Delano there, looking to take advantage and get back at the podium. Remember, him and Tony made contact down at turn 9 and turn 10. The first time we saw contact in this Grand Prix, then Sieb spun for the second time again. But he's back into P4, and a potential podium is going on. I dare say this race has been more chaotic than Division 2.
Oh, yeah, certainly has. There's been a little bit more elbows out, you could say, a little bit more many drivers out of position almost that's affecting things. Nathan trying to go down the inside of Strauss into turn 4, makes it stick very well. Ali is out of the Grand Prix, that is in the pits however, so no chance of a late safety car with that one. Down to 18 drivers there though. Very impressive considering how chaotic and scrappy at times the race has been. I'm definitely looking forward to Stuart tomorrow night, it must be said. Delano very close to the rear of P, so he's going to have DRS on the run down to turn 11, Jamie, I believe it is. But Seeb having a little look in down at the outside, not quite materialising for them, and 3 of them coming out as they went in. Nathan having a move on Sweet Crown further down through the pack. He's kind of been held up in this second half of the pack. Not really been able to make the progress he maybe wanted to try and get back in that fight with the front runners. Still plenty of time for things to happen though, Jamie, and I'm sure there will be plenty of things happening. Seeb though, really close to the back of Delano, desperate to get a move on, and could maybe be the only one with a chance of trying to cut that gap down to Nelu. 5.7 at the front however.
Oh, Seeb there, locking up the rear end of the car, going down towards turn 3 as Elite Dave is right behind Pharrell. Elite Dave has got some good pace. It's a shame about his qualifying. Nathan is now ahead of Miko, puts himself into P11, but that first safety car really changed things on his head in this Grand Prix when he put people in different places. That's because of the top 10 having to stay out there when they've called up to the safety car and had to pit. They fell down all the way to the back of the field and they swapped around. Literally, here comes Seeb now on Delano now puts himself into P2. Does he side by side with Seeb? But luckily made it unscathed, and that's not a place you want to go side by side because one of you is bouncing off the track. Seeb have experience there with making contact with Tony, and now Seeb put himself into P2. Here comes Pharrell versus Delano. Delano's ahead, and here comes Elite Dave. That's 2 for 1. Elite Dave with great traction up into P4. Fantastic move there, 2 for 1. As back down the inside goes Pharrell to spin, and there's contact there, and Pharrell gets a 3-second time penalty. Made contact at the back of the Aston Martin. A very optimistic move there, and unfortunately for Delano, is pushed down the order with now Legende up into P6 with no penalties whatsoever. Legende is in P6, and the 3 drivers in front of him have a 3-second time penalty. Could he be up there towards the end of the Grand Prix? There's one more spot on the podium left. I think Steve might check out, but we'll see what happens to Legende.
See how it all plays out. Well, that's been going on. Well, battling with Cold Paradox now. Cold Paradox just holding ahead. Nathan has had a little bit of an incident there. I was about to just comment on that. He's been battling the brother of AJ there for quite a little while, always getting ahead and then losing out with DRS. Now he's down to P14 again. There was a little bit of pushing, a little bit of rubbing, rubbing is racing, Jamie. So it maybe just turned it into a bit more than rubbing there. Do well though, having a move once again on Cold Paradox. Legendi on Pharrell further up front, and the pack starting to space out a little bit more. We're going to see some more isolated battles, not quite the same madness we've seen earlier on, but bit of madness there. That was quite the audacious move from Farrell. Made it stick though, did him and Delano into turn 11. Nelu, yeah, checked out, looking very good. Seeb on the cusp of breaking that 1 second DRS, so the battle for P3 very much on the card here.
Legende only had 1 podium last season, and here comes Delano side by side with Pharrell, and this time make it out unscathed because those two made contact on the lap before, and they made contact. Oh, he's retired! Could that be a safety car? A safety car has been deployed for the 3rd time in this race, and this time Knowsley is the one that caused safety. He crashed at turn 12, I think, or turn 13. That's where Gary crashed in qualifying last season, and season 9, sorry, because we didn't have an Australian Grand Prix last season. We've only had 12 races. As Glowstick gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Now I can see a mad dash in the pit lane for a set of a soft compound tyre, maybe used or new. Who knows? Depends who's got new tyres towards the end, because people might have used all 3 of them, and we'll see who has the soft compound tyres to add to the car. They've got to pit regardless, otherwise they might get jumped, but we'll see who does make that mad dash into pit lane. Nani Safu, his worst nightmare has come. After dominating this race in the second half, getting past those people on all the tyres and getting ahead of Sweet Crown, a safety cars came out, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have a lot of people behind him waiting to pout. RT Seeb, who is back in P2 after a spin twice in this Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me, this race has really shown us a lot of action. The Australian Grand Prix, a very chaotic race, and it's been very hard to catch up. A lot of people have been in different places the whole time, and nobody in the top two is going to pit. Pease is pitting, and we'll see. Do these guys believe that they can manage to hold it out on these really hard compact tyres? Let's see who else is going to pit. A lot of people are pitting, you know, and the top three have stayed out. And this could be a bad call, as Nelly Safu, Sieb and Dave cost themselves a win or potential podium. We're about to find out, though, as every single driver, barring the top three, are in the pit lane. Sieb almost overtook Nelly Safu, but the safety car will come in shortly. They'll have about 2 laps to defend with the soft compact tyres and the DRS. Sweet Clown, wow. I could see this going very badly, you know, because he's got a broken end plate, old tyres, and there's people behind who are going to be optimistic to overtake. We know what happens when people get close together on newer and older tyres, especially with a broken car, so I could see it going wrong there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Sweet Crown maybe trying to give himself a chance just to get in the mix. Strauss as well, staying out 17 lap olds, Hards and P6. All the guys behind them are going to be desperate to get by. That is one thing for a fact. They're all going to be racing, not just with each other, to try and get past Strauss and Sweet Crown first. And of course the top three. It is a tricky one, you know. The top three, a brilliant strategy. If a lot of people stay out and you've got that buffer, they've not had much of that, so it is very much a precarious situation for them. The only benefit for Sieb and Nelu is the next 4 cars do have penalties, so that does give a little bit of a buffer in that sense. They can maybe afford to let some of them through and see where it goes from there. But again, we're saying all these softs are going to charge through potentially. We've seen what they're like fighting with each other on old mediums and old hards. It's going to be even more racy on these fresh softs, Jamie. There's going to be fastest sectors, fastest lap times flying in here pretty quick. And the only one that's not going to have much of a bearing in it, as Strauss and Sweet Crown do now both pit. A late call from them. That's a bit of a strange one. Any insights on that, Jamie?
Not really, no. I think it's a wise thing to do because... No, he hasn't changed his wing. So Sweet Crown has put on new softs, but not gone for a new nose. So maybe he forgot to put it on yes, maybe he kept it on auto. But it should change his front wing regardless because it's broken enough to merit a front wing change. Strauss on a brand new set of soft compact tyres, but I'm glad that's happened because it's spun. No, I'm glad that's not happened to Sweet Crown. But what I'm glad is that he pitted to get out of the way to make sure he didn't make contact and hold everybody up and potentially ruin the race. So yeah, I'm glad Sweet Crown has pitted. But what a dismal race from a 3-time champion. The man that won last time out in Australia in season 9, defending from George Russell, as Russell picked himself up a 3-second time. Both Red Bulls are in the pit lane and not in the pit lane, on the podium. Elite Dave did a fantastic job considering he started on the P18 there. He's shown some great pace, but he does have a 3-second time and he's got a bunch of soft runners right behind Nelly Safu and Sieb. Can they survive? Can they hold on? If Nelly Safu loses this Grand Prix, he'll be devastated. But at the same time, when you're in the lead of the Grand Prix, it's quite hard to judge because if you pit on a brand new set of soft compact tyres, you think to yourself, if I pit now, will I lose and fall? What will happen? You just don't know in your first place. I've had this scenario before. It was like in Mexico. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. So the safety car came out with about a few laps left to go. I was on old medium compact tyres. Guys behind were on new softs. I was in P2 or P3 and I thought to myself, holy shit, I'm screwed because there's guys right behind me on brand new soft compact tyres. But actually, I defended from both of them. Me and my teammate, Immortal, worked hard together to try and keep those soft runners behind, keeping each other in DRS. And me and Immortal finished in second and third on that day for Mercedes. So sometimes the soft runners don't always get through. We'll see then. There is about 2 or 3 laps left to go in the Grand Prix. And Pease and Legende should have a big advantage over the guys ahead of them. Can they get on the podium? Can Legende get second or third? Can he win the Grand Prix? A lot of questions to be asked and answered. And we've had lots of people in different places in this Grand Prix. It's been mixed up like a yo-yo, or like a fruit machine, sorry. Up and down this race has been. And we never know. We don't even know who's going to win the Grand Prix.
Up and down like a fruit machine, mixed up like a yo-yo, Jamie. That's how the old saying goes. But no, certainly we're going to have 2 laps of green flag racing here, mate. And Nelu and Sieb, that's music to their ears. It's less time for them to defend. Could we see something similar to Singapore? Of course, Sainz holding the car behind in the DRS. They're not really going to have much chance of a DRS, but when they do get it, that one lap hit is going to be mighty powerful. It's going to be a little bit maybe of a game of chicken as well with the ERS. They're all going to be recharged to 100% battery. Are they going to go hot lap and use little blips here and there? Or are they going to absolutely dump it on certain straights or certain bits? That's up for the drivers to decide, and it'll have a big impact on where they all finish. Penalties up and down the field as well. Let's not forget they're going to come into play. But Legendi has got the fancy himself a good chance. He has got the clear Nello and Sieb. He's currently net P3 as things stand with P's and Dave's penalties, of course. But you can never rule it out. He's got Delano, Farrell, Duwell very close behind. All of them are going to be fancying their chances to make some positions on the restart here. And with 2 laps to go, you do get the sense of, especially if you're a little bit further down the field, Jamie, some of them might just say, let's go for this, let's roll the dice, let's have some fun, and let's go racing. We're about to find out. Safety car in this lap, 2 laps of green flag racing, the final lap with DRS, of course. Let's have at it.
3 safety cars, 1 virtual safety car, 17 drivers still remain in this Grand Prix. A lot of things have happened in this Grand Prix too. Too hard to summarise things up unless we watch it all back and see what happened. They pick points out of what caused this race to change so much. I remember the first one being that Pyro and Sieb getting in contact as well. But now we're getting racing once again. Away goes Safu. Sieb is right behind him. Elite Dave has P's all over the back of him. P's needs to get past him quickly here to go up to P3. He's right behind him. Will he get enough to go down the inside into turn number 1? He's not close enough. He stays in P3 for the time being. No major changes in the midfield there. They all remain in formation for the time being. But Pease, when he go down the inside, using the overtake button, going down into turn 3, later on the brakes, and he makes a move. Does he? He should have the grip. Yes, he does. Pease up into P3. 2 more cars to go. But he does have a 3-second penalty. Legende is right behind Elite Dave then. So Elite Dave, again, in the same place, goes off the track in the exact same corner. So he really does struggle through turn 6. But Legende will have a fancy chance to run at him to go up the inside before turn 9. And here is Pease, right behind the Red Bull. Pease putting the pressure on Sieb, who's putting the pressure on Nelly Safu. And Pease trying to defend there. Sieb trying to defend with the ERS and slipstream behind Nelly Safu. Legende makes the move. He puts himself into P4 now, and Delano is right behind him as well. Here comes Pease up the inside into turn 11. He takes away P2. Down the inside he goes, late on the brakes, and he should have the grip. And yes, he does. He puts himself into P2. Next target is Nelly Safu. There's one more lap, and Kenny and Pyro are scrapping away. I think Pyro went deep into turn 11, hence why he's dropped backwards here. But I think Nelly Safu is going to win this Grand Prix because he doesn't have a 3-second penalty, and in one lap it's going to be very hard to pull away by 3 seconds. So as long as Nelly Safu keeps in DRS range of Pease, because Pease is going to go up the inside into turn 1, he takes the lead of the Grand Prix. But Pease is probably looking for a podium here if he can get a 3-second gap over the rest of his rivals. But Legende could be on course for his first podium, especially for his first race in Division 1. Incredible stuff indeed from Legende. We had 1 podium last season in Division 2, but here in Division 1, doing a fantastic job so far. Could be a double Mercedes podium. Miko has retired out of turn 3, it looks like, and unfortunately has crashed out. But here we are. Nelly Safu running off the road there, and he might have picked himself a award. Elite Dave has retired. He is out of the Grand Prix. That's where Russell crashed on the last lap, last season, or this year, sorry. Here comes Nelly Safu. He wants to win on the track, and he will. Goes around the outside to claim P1 again, and he beats him, and he puts himself into first place here. So he's not letting penalties decide the race. He wants to take the race lead himself. Has P's got any response? Go back down the inside into 11. There's Sieb right behind as well. Sieb takes away P2, but no, P's defends the inside line. Going wheel to wheel. Can be very careful there because Legende is right behind. There's an RB of Duel. And Sieb trying to go around the outside. He doesn't do so. Legende is right behind as well. In the background, Duel and Pharrell are scrapping away. But now, we make our way towards the final corner. Look at Legende getting a good exit there. Might have the DRS to see it get past him. But here comes Nelly Safu. Started on pole, and he wins the Australian Grand Prix for the season opener. Sieb is on the podium. Legende has picked his first podium up of the season. Fantastic. First race in Division 1. He has picked himself up a podium. Fantastic race from Legende and Sieb. Great comeback from Sieb as well after getting spun out twice, or spun the first time and spun the second time. Fantastic race indeed from Legende. Very happy for him. His one and only podium last season, I think, at the Dutch Grand Prix, and here in Australia Division 1 he's got it.
Absolutely, a brilliant drive all night from Nelly. Pole and race win. A bold strategy at the end, you know, staying out in the hards, but he made it stick. Seeb, a great recovery from himself after, like you say, a few little incidents, and then congratulations to Legendi, that first ever Tier 1 podium on the first night of the season. Delano do well up there. AJ in P6, a big shout out to the Tier 2 reserve. But Jamie, I'll let you have the full honours of the rundown.
Nelly Safu, fantastic victory. Paul stays, won the Grand Prix, but he did have to work hard for it, especially under the first safety car when Sweet Crown got past him, but Sweet Crown got caught up in midfield action. Seeb in P2, just, well, look at that, first and second stage would have started. Legende started in 15th place and finished in third at the end. Delano, great job from him ahead of Duval. Wow, there's so many changes here. AJ from 18th to 6th as well. So many changes in this midfield here. Kenny in P7 ahead of Pease, unfortunately, who had a 3-second time penalty. Nathan in P9, he was up there in the first stint, but things went wrong when the safety car came out. He had a broken end plate behind Sweet Clown. Cole Paradox in 10th ahead of Pharrell, who was up there for a certain amount of time. Pyro down in 12th ahead of Strauss. Sweet Clown in 14th. Glowstick 15th. Elite Dave in 16th. Miko 17th. Knowlesley, Ali, Derry, and Elite Dave, the ones that retired from the Grand Prix. And wow, what a first race that was. Very chaotic indeed. And to be honest with you, I hope it's not like that for the whole season, because it does get very messy. It was a bit too much, in my opinion, in the first race of the season. After a long time. But I hope it gets better and better after that.
Yeah, I bet you're glad I stepped in last minute here to give you a hand here, Jamie. You would have struggled to cover everything yourself tonight. We struggled to cover it between the two of us, and aye, for your sake and my sake on the stewarding side of things, I hope it quiets down in the coming weeks. But I suppose you do want that from a season opener. It sets a bit of excitement, it sets a bit of drama, and I'm sure there'll be a bit of fireworks in the paddocks for the rest of the night.
Oh yes, indeed. And I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, because Nelly Safu is on PC, so I can't really invite to the party, can I?
Oh no. We would have to. That might be something to look into for next week. I believe we'll need to double check with the streaming side of things. I believe we could have a Discord call within the server, and I think that should still share, like, so yourself, your voice, and it would allow drivers to join. But I don't know if we can do that late tonight. We could maybe get him in for the chat next week. We'll try and get that sorted for you next weekend.
We'll think about it. Well, yeah, we'll definitely think about it. But I know Legende, despite knowing him for 5 years, he doesn't do podium interviews, and not with me. So, yeah, congrats Legende for P3, fantastic race, and it's been a long time coming for your first podium of the season, especially in Division 1. Where me and you race together, and I always get the better of you, but in Division 1 you really deserve it today. From a neutral side of things, fantastic race from you, finishing in P3. The man, Steve World Gaming, mate, fantastic drive from you to recover in P2, and talk us through your race, because I don't really know where to start, because you and Tony made contact in turn 9 and turn 10, that ruined your race, and you spun again in turn 2. But how on earth did you manage to recover back up into second place? When did you think that things were turning around for you in the Grand Prix?
When I started to get angry, basically. Yeah, when I'm angry, I overpush a little bit. So, but this time it worked. So, I made loads of beautiful moves. I don't know. I'll probably clip them and send them into chat. If we go back to qualifying, poor lap, but P2 still, so not bad. Yeah, I had contact with Tony as well at the high speed chicane, which spun me around. Lost a few places, but still managed to continue. Then I had contact with Peace, no major issues, but yeah, it was unfortunate, I guess. But yeah, after that safety car, I came back to second place, which was crazy, and then yeah, the last lap, which was basically defending and hoping to keep the podium.
Yeah, because you were down in P17 at one point when the first safety car came out, and it's just so incredible how you managed to make your way through after all the chaos that was in front of you. Like, a lot of people making contact with each other, and during the last safety car, were you a bit nervous when all those guys were on a set of soft compound tyres?
Nah, I wasn't. I was just looking ahead. I wanted to win the race, but yeah, Nelu absolutely deserved it. He was the quickest out there today, but yeah, hopefully next time I'll be the quickest and I can win the race.
Your pace is looking very formidable. I know you've been in ILT for quite a long time, so they have a high expectation for you. But I know like last season in season 10 and season 9, you were there, but you made a few mistakes. I remember the Bahrain Grand Prix when you spun, despite starting in second place. Sorry about that. My echo in the background is distracting me.
That might be me as well.
But do you really feel like this season you can finally be up there? Because I know you've got some formidable pace. You're in LT Sports for a reason. Do you really feel like you can challenge towards the top this season?
Pace-wise, definitely. Although I don't think availability will be a good thing this season because we have an event on Thursday. We will sign up for. But yeah, if I'm available, then I will drive as many races as I can.
Yeah, I really hope to see you up there because you've got 2 wins. You've got 1 win at the British GP. That was your 3rd race of the season, and you managed to win there. And you got a win in the Baku Grand Prix when you defended against Walter. So you've only got 2 wins. You've got quite a few podiums in your career in CRL. I really hope we could get more. 3 podiums? No. So I don't know how many podiums you got. I completely forgot. But definitely another one added to your tally. I really hope we can see more of you in the future, see, because you're a really quick driver. It's just putting things together and making it work.
Yeah, definitely. Last one was 3 years ago, which is a long time to think about where I was 3 years ago until now. Not just F1 wise, but just in general life. So it'll be amazing to see what happens this season.
In season 10, you picked up 2 podiums. Do you feel like each game you keep on improving, like each season, like what's changed between then and now?
A lot. Where should I start? Of course, on F1 22 I went to no assist, which always tried to keep improved during the game, and then eventually I got up there, also in CRL I think. And then last game I went to wheel, so another challenge, just try to keep improving my own pace. Started off in tier 3 last game, and then of course the season after I was in tier 1 again and showed pretty decent pace, but yeah, didn't manage to win any races sadly, but I picked up a few podiums, I remember. And this game I kind of hit the ground running, although I don't really like the game. Eventually after a few months I managed to find a bit of pace, and I'm performing pretty decent, so let's hope I continue that way.
Goed gedaan vandaag.
Dankjewel, Jamie.
Geen probleem. Scott, you got questions for Siep?
My only question is, what did Jamie say, and how do I learn how to say it? But no, on a real note, Siep, congratulations tonight, mate. It's good to see you back competing once again. Pace-wise, certainly not going to be an issue for you this season. I suppose a little leading question. I don't know if you're available. You were mentioning there you might have availability issues, but if you are, how are you feeling for Imola next week?
Sorry, what track?
Imola.
Imola. Not usually of my strongest track, but if I practice for it, I'll always be up there, so that's not the issue. Just I hope it will be a decent race.
You and me both, mate. No, congratulations tonight.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, well done today, Steve. Nice to see you on the podium, and hopefully we get some more from you because you really are starting to improve. Are you feeling more confident now as the game goes on?
Definitely, it will get better. So let's see what happens.
Any idea where your mate is, Herr Pompier?
He's in Norway. I know that, but he'll come back in January. So I hope to see him back on the grid.
Yeah, I hope to see him back on the grid too because he's got 8 podiums but no wins. I can't believe Pompier hasn't got a win after being in CRL for all these seasons.
I'm sure if he practices, he will get a few wins.
Right, thank you very much, Steve, and good luck for Imola. Nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, nice to talk to you too, Jeremy.
Right, so Scott, first race this season, summarise it.
I'll do it in 3 words. Absolutely I can't say that word. Mental. I think you know what word I mean. It starts with an F and rhymes with ducking. Absolutely ducking mental. It really was, mate. You know, overtakes from start to end, scraps from start to end, safety cars, glitches. It had literally everything you could ask for. Maybe too much.
Anyways, we're going to round it off here for the first race of the season of the Australian Grand Prix. Definitely put on a show. Unexpectedly, a track like this, but of course that chicane has been removed. More high-speed, more possible chance for overtake with an extra layer of DRS as well. So that's why things got a bit chaotic. And we'll see you all at the Imola Grand Prix next week, and hopefully that'll be a good one as well. I think Cameron Dowds was the one that won in season 9 or 10. But yeah, it's been a very long time since then. But we'll see you all later. Good night for now.